You're dealing with someone who is an anomaly, an enigma, a mystery. You may think they're full of nonsense. There's no rhyme or reason to what they do, how they move. They're a mystery to you. You feel like this person is wearing a disguise, and just when you thought you had them all figured out, they throw everything on its head and they make you wonder, are they wearing the disguise or are you? Maybe you're mirroring something back at one another. Maybe something is about to be revealed. This could be someone that you considered an NPC. Now you may find that they are a bit of a central character in a story that's about to unfold between the two of you. Disguise is the limit, from the sky being the limit. And there's something here. It has something to do with a tough nut to crack. It seemed like you were going about the right way of taking a crack at something here. And now you feel like a nut. Well, it may just be what's needed to get to the joy, I have to say. In a particular situation where there is confusion about how to see something accurately, how to see something clearly. I think really someone, but that someone is representing something that stands between the two of you. We got May's face here. You are about to encounter May's face, or you've already encountered May's face, and you're trying to figure this character out. And there's a lot of debate around this character. Some feel this person is just a problem. They're problematic, they cause controversy, they interfere in the affairs of others, bringing in a bunch of nonsense. And then the next thing you don't know how to interpret what's going on. Everything seems completely incomprehensible. And you're finding yourself in the middle of a big whodunit here. But maybe it's just the kind of stirring up you need. Maybe things have become too predictable, too defined, too solid, too figured out. And there's something here that you might have to learn from May's face. It's interesting because I feel like you've encountered this character before, and maybe not this exact character, but maybe somebody that bears a striking similarity. You may be crossing paths with a person that you dealt with before. You felt like that they were out of control in some way, or they'd come undone in some way. And now the way they're presenting themselves to you, you feel like maybe it's a facade because how they're coming through is rather indestructible. They're coming through as being indivisible. They're coming through as being incapable of being violated in any way, shape, or form. And maybe that's very different than how you encountered them before. Could it be your own reflection in the mirror? I did get a song that came in with May's face here, and you may be wondering, why am I holding up May's face here? Well, I encountered May's face out in my goings about, my day-to-day usual, meanderings. Running errands, going about town, came across a painting of May's face in the window of a Mexican restaurant, of all places, called the Crazy Gringo. And it just seemed so fitting, and it made me laugh that this character out of a deck could end up in material reality. And what was interesting about this painting of May's face, and you can see it, it's on the thumbnail of this download that I'm bringing in for you. Right beside May's face was a blank canvas. And so I feel like there's something that's about to happen here. There's something that is about to be created out of what feels rather confusing. I feel like you're dealing with reflections here. It could be reflections of your former self. You could be encountering people you've encountered before and they only know how to see you one way. But is their way the right way? And there's some kind of disguise in this situation. Are you wearing a disguise? Or did others disguise something within you because they simply couldn't understand it? or they didn't know how to meet you in that place. I say that because the song She's Lost Control came through, Joy Division. And I want to read the lyrics that are kind of highlighted here. I do recommend you check out that song if you're not familiar with it, and I'll pin it in the comments. But I think it has a lot to say about this particular character you're dealing with. And again, it could be you. It could be you. People could be talking about you like this. I feel like this lyric here is like the past reflection, how people are seeing this character. Confusion in her eyes that says it all. She's lost control. And she's clinging to the nearest passerby. She's lost control. And she gave away the secrets of her past and said, I've lost control again. And to the voice that told her when and where to act, she said, I've lost control again. See, I think that's how people see this character here. And I think this is how somebody in the situation is trying to deal with this character. And in dealing with this character, they're seeing a little bit of themselves as reflected in this second verse here. I had to phone her friend to state my case and say, she's lost control again. And she showed up all the errors and mistakes and say, I've lost control again. And she expressed herself in many different ways until she lost control again and walked upon the edge of no escape and laughed, I've lost control. See, sometimes something seems like it doesn't make sense. And it's the fact that it doesn't make sense and it can't be grasped that actually is the seed of the opportunity here. And I do feel there's an opportunity here to get another crack at something, to get another crack at a particular tough nut to crack. We're going to pull out my Shadow Light playing cards here. Yes, okay. Something that was a great disappointment, something that caused a great loss, something that is a loss as well of a potential. And that loss is being created by the filter that somebody is being seen through. They're not being seen accurately. And maybe there's a reticence in acknowledging this, that one moved away from something that they weren't seen accurately. And maybe there's a strong desire to balance something out with this particular person here. We got a jack on the clubs here. A jack on the clubs. Okay, there's a jack on the clubs. A jack of clubs here. See, this jack of clubs acted in haste in a situation. Maybe he was influenced by some people at the club. Maybe he wanted to be part of the club. All of the club was saying, don't pay attention to May's face here. May's face is out of control. May's face makes no sense. May's face is an outsider. May's face is nothing but a troublemaker. May's face is just full of nonsense. Don't listen to May's face. You won't like where they lead you. They'll lead you to no man's land. And so somebody here went along with the crowd rather than trusting what they were feeling inside. Because I feel like whoever this character is, they saw a little bit of themselves in May's face. And there was a part of them that envied May's face a little bit and actually wanted to lose control right there with May's face. Actually was the thing that made most sense to them of anything they'd experienced in quite a while. But they chose to go along with the club instead. In other words, they rather stay safe. They were too afraid to lose control, too afraid to admit that they were a lot more like this person than, they let on. But see, somebody wants to correct this. They see things differently now. Maybe there's something that's passed on with May's face. You look into May's face's eyes, and then the next thing you know, you're taken into the labyrinth of yourself. And that's where you find a point of unity. Actually, there's something here that actually has a lot of potency and has a lot of power. And it's in the mirroring here. It's in the mirroring. All right. I'm going to just dive into this energy. I felt really pulled to get a message in regard to this. It's something that was coming through for the collective. It's something that wanted to come through at this time. So let's see what this is about. This maze face character could be somebody who walks alone. This could be somebody who's a bit of an outsider. This could be somebody who's a bit of a like a little bit of a bard type, kind of just rambling through life, going down their own road. They don't really fit in with others, perhaps. Others may feel like what they do is nonsensical, or they don't take things seriously enough, or they're not willing to conform. And yet there's something here that's a little bit of the tears of a sacred clown and what's misunderstood about this particular character here. Perhaps they've really actually achieved some level of control, or what others would consider power, by acknowledging that they have no control, that they've lost control. And there's something here about defining what does it really mean to be in control? Does it mean that you wear a disguise? If you wear a disguise, really the disguise is wearing you. See, there's something about this character that's an anomaly, because they don't try to hide, you know, what most people cover up. No, they put it all out there on Front Street. It causes a lot of people to run, I have to say. They shy away from this energy. They feel like they shouldn't invest in this energy. But the reason why they feel like they shouldn't invest in this particular character is because of what it stirs up inside of them. They know their clever ruses will fall flat when it comes to this particular individual. They can't play the same games with this particular person because this person's an enigma. Could this person be a crucible themselves? They're a storehouse of energy, perhaps a storehouse of perhaps a particular attunement. Just encountering them takes you on a journey deeper into yourself. And maybe also into the center of the great mystery. It feels like an awakening energy to me, but the energy is very destabilizing. But it only destabilizes what's meant to come undone, so it can come together in a new way. So this is somebody I feel is going to be crossing your path in one way, shape, or form. Yes, okay. There's something here that when you encounter this individual, it just puts an end to all the false beliefs, all the illusion, all the disguises. Like, somebody shows up so real that there's no ability for lies to even coexist in the space of this encounter. It's got big archangel energy around it. So you could be meeting an angel in disguise. And there's also something here too about being mindful of how you treat strangers who approach you. Just because something doesn't look like what you think it should look like doesn't mean it doesn't have something to offer you. There's a lot to discover here. There's a lot you're going to learn with this encounter. And if you were wise, you'd get in the game and you'd play, because there's much to be gained here. And see, the thing about this game is there's no rules. The thing about this game is who can lose control first wins. And yeah, see, that's something humans have a hard time with, I have to say, because they feel if they don't have control, then they lose. And that's not how you win this game. Yes, yes, yes. So this person, or this, it could come through sort of like an archetypal experience as well, but I feel like it's a person. You could look at it as an abstract concept, though, like an aspect of yourself that's provoked by an unusual circumstance that maybe others think is nonsense. They don't see the value in it at all, but you actually see something different. You see something that's incomprehensible. You can't figure it out. It's a mystery to you. And it's that thing that makes you feel like cashing it all in to see what is that about, with the 10 of spades here coming up in the shadow. There's something here you want to explore. It could be somebody, it could be something. There's a lot of people that are against this, though. You have one person who really is meddling in this situation and trying to prevent you from exploring this. This person highly values safety. They like boxes and borders and everything to be in its neat, tidy place. They feel very empowered in that way, but it's a false sense of power. And I think you're starting to recognize this about this particular individual. I think you're also starting to recognize just the way people live in general. Yeah, you're seeing something that was hidden to you before is now very clear. And it's interesting, isn't it? Because you had this come out here before. You had this Ace of Spades come out with that Archangel energy. And see, I feel like you're encountering like somebody who's tapped in here. And this person, they're a little heaven sent. There may be a lot that's hidden about them, a lot that's unknown. This may be what creates resistance around other people. Okay, it could even be an opportunity. Okay, so this could be like an archetype. It could be some situation or opportunity you're presented with. I do feel like the majority of you, this is a person that you're encountering. This is somebody you're encountering that has been misunderstood. And rather than sort of like being an odd man out with this person here, perhaps it's an odd pairing, perhaps it's an odd couple, perhaps you're really opposites, and yet there's some draw here. But for one reason or another, you went against the pull. Like you didn't respect the soul tug that was drawing you toward this person. And instead you cut off this connection, or you cut the opportunity short to go along with the crowd, to sort of toe the line, do what's expected of you, or do what you were encouraged to do. It has something to do with having a lot of people sort of cast judgment around this opportunity or this person. There may even be like accusations of, oh, this person's crazy, It does have that kind of vibe to it. But it's more that these people are just ignorant. There's something they're not understanding. And see that last line of that Joy Division song, and left, I've lost control. It's like, yes, it's like the headless goddess laughing. She laughs because she's liberated. She's not subject to Mahamaya. She's not subject to the great illusion. She's cast that off. She is the headless goddess laughing. And I feel like you're encountering the headless goddess laughing, coming through a person. This could be somebody that you used to know that's a stranger to you now. You feel almost like the person you used to know is completely gone and they've been replaced. It's like invasion of the body snatchers. Who is this person now? It's a mystery to me. They are completely hidden. Their true identity is completely hidden. And yet you see that there is sight there. You see that there is more to be seen there. And something about encountering this individual is waking up a vision within you. You're seeing with new eyes because of this person, or because of the experience or opportunity they bring you. I feel many of you, though, you've already known this person. There's been some transformation in this person that you're trying to make sense of. And at one point, you went along with the crowd and you cast this person aside. You cast judgment on this person. Or you could be this person. You could be May's face. Judgment was cast on you. And there's somebody here who is really getting a second view at something. They're like, I think I'm more like you than I thought I was. And that's actually what drew me to you in the first place. It's almost like, it almost feels like this person is ashamed because they recognize that in casting you aside, it was sort of like they cast a judgment upon themselves here. Yeah, and they got a much different perspective here now with the King of Diamonds. They really want to try to turn this around because they realize they threw away an incredible opportunity here. But see, they wanted some kind of status, or they wanted some kind of acknowledgement. They had their reputation that they needed to protect here. Perhaps this person's seen as very stable, or they're a pillar in their community, or they're not known for going off the deep end like this. And whatever it is with this character, this opportunity, it does require going off the deep end. There is no floating on the surface of this experience or this connection here. But whoever this is, they're realizing that they need to like retrace their steps here. Yes, they're needing to retrace their steps here because there's a fire that's drawing them in like a moth to a flame. And they feel this may be my undoing. I may be doing something that others have told me is dangerous or isn't in my best interest or could cause me to lose it all. But I can't resist the siren's call. It's like the fire's too great, moth to a flame. But what's going to be sacrificed? What's going to be burned away? A false identity. Get in the game. Discover, learn, play. You won't regret getting a seat at this table. That's what I got. That's how the energy is coming in. Or somebody won't regret getting a seat at the table with you. Now, you may wonder about this character when they approach you. You may also think they're a bit of a mystery. You might doubt their intentions because of your last experience with them if you are the one who is cast in judgment here. Now, what do we got here? I see that. See? Do you see the mirroring energy? Okay, so you might be prone to mirror back to them their destructive fire. If you were the one who was exiled, if you were the one who was cast out of the kingdom, but this would be losing a really valuable opportunity here. See, because I keep thinking about that blank canvas that was next to the maze face painting. There's so much potential here. Do you see? This is treasure. There's treasure here. It's like this character, this opportunity, it unlocks a treasure vault. It unlocks a treasure vault. This is not fool's gold. All right. I feel like this meeting is coming soon, or there's a development coming soon. It may come in the form of what looks like an NPC, but this is a main character, right? You got to be able to spot it. You're going to have to pay attention. You're going to have to keep your eyes peeled because there is something to discover here. There is something to learn. You should play. You should get in the game. Or, you know, you can block off this opportunity because you have certain judgments about how this opportunity looks, how this person looks, or some aspect of them that really goes against the grain of what you're comfortable with here. But there's really something to be grasped here, but you can't grasp it with a closed hand. You can only grasp it in the journey that spirals inward and then spirals out. Yes, and that is the act of alchemy that wants to come in your look. It's something that fills the heart. It helps you find the path of heart. It's beautiful. And there's something here about social media. You may even come across this very enigmatic character in a very mundane setting. You might be crossing paths on social media. And there's something here that it makes you want to learn more. But everything inside of you is like, you must run. You must go the other way. If you go this way, you're going to lose control. And I feel like there's a lot of support for that position in this situation. So many people will tell you to run. Everything that to you seems rational will tell you to run in this situation. Now, this is a situation where there is no real threat. There's no real threat. There is no threat to you in this situation. It's more like a misinterpretation of the energy signature that this person or this opportunity holds, because one has no reference point for it. And so it makes them feel very destabilized. It makes them feel very confused. And in fact, they may have even tried to use usual tactics to sort of get a grip of this person, this situation, things they would have done before that would have been very effective, but they found this person to be completely indestructible, indivisible. This person is very much in full possession of themselves. An individual. This is an individual. This person stands out like a sore thumb. They're not like anybody else here. And they are incapable of being violated because their truth is self-evident. That's what I got, okay? And I feel like I was just meant to bring this in because this is coming in. I feel like this is coming in soon. So I'm going to do a cut of the deck here to just like cap this off. Shadow aspect here. See, there's a lot of defense up in this situation. There's a lot of fear about this meeting, about this person, about this opportunity that crosses your path. A lot of fear that is completely unwarranted. You're being asked to become like the headless goddess laughing. You're being asked to relinquish control and rediscover freedom. This person will show you freedom. It makes me think of that Tom Robbins quote about love is the ultimate outlaw. It's got those vibes, okay? I want to get some numbers here just for synchronicity's sake. And then I'm going to pull out some letters, okay? So just to give some more details about this message. Okay, this person could be a life path 5. They could be a life path 4. They could be a life path 3. They could be a life path 9. They could be a life path 8. Okay. Also, this could be a Gemini. This could be a Cancer. This could be a Leo. The 3rd, 4th, and 5th of January might be very significant. There might be like a 3-day window to take advantage of this particular opportunity. I think it definitely involves communication. We got 7 energy here too. So this could involve a Libra. We got 9 energy. This could involve a Sagittarius. With the 8 energy, it could involve a Scorpio. There could be a Pisces in the mix. Okay. This could be karmic reward is what I heard, but it's being viewed as like a penalty box. It's like the reward on the other side of the penalty box. That's what I'm getting with this situation. All right. Let's go ahead and get some letters and see what comes out here for the collective around this message. I got Stan. Okay, that could be a name, but it could also be like, you know, there's somebody here that you're going to get behind. You're going to get behind somebody that others had a hard time signing on for. You know what I'm saying? This person may have been labeled a rat. This person may have been labeled a rat by some rats, I have to say. But when it comes to the rat, this person could be a rat in Chinese astrology. Rat was the first to greet the Buddha, so don't be fooled by surface appearances here, all right? Don't be fooled by surface appearances here. It's interesting. 44% on my battery there. When that just kind of faded out there, got flipped around and reversed. Somebody needs to flip it up and reverse it like a game of Uno in this situation if they want to have a winning hand here, okay? There's something here that you felt really like pulled in two directions about. One part of you says yes, all right? The other part of you says no, all right? And there's too much going on here. This could be in relation to an ex, okay? I do see that. Could be in relation to an ex. There also might be like some kind of process of elimination here. I also got like X marks the spot, okay? Like there's treasure here. There's treasure to be discovered here. I got doze. Like somebody's dozing off at the wheel here, man. And it's causing them to lose out on a really enriching experience. But it has everything to do with letting other people be at the wheel in their life in regard to this situation. I do feel like whatever you're dealing with here, where it's a particular person that you've dealt with before, the difference in this person, it's like day and night, okay? So this is why you have no reference point for even what you're encountering here. It's like day and night. And I do pick up very strongly that if this is somebody you know, like the person you used to know is gone. That's what I got. I got Arizona coming in around that, right? There could be an Arizona connection. I got California. It could be a California connection. I got the name San. Okay. San Francisco, San Antonio, San Leandro. I got San Andreas Fault. Okay, so there could be something here that, you know, it feels destabilizing. It gets things rocking and rolling. It's a tower of power, man. Okay, it's like awakening. I feel like there's something about linking up with this person. It awakens a creative potential that's only possible when the two of you come together. Yeah, I do have NPC. Like somebody thought this was like an NPC, like a non-participating character. Like this person, you know, they're expendable. They don't have anything of value to contribute here. They're full of nonsense, right? But I got sax, and that makes me think of saxophone fetus. Okay, so I feel like this person is like the birth of a whole innovation in your life. Like that's the word that's captured here. Innovation. Nothing will ever be the same if you let this opportunity in. You also will have to give up your sanity. And you think it's a loss, but it's not. It's like your victory. It's like your release. Your life has become too sane. It's become too programmed here. And it's time to take a walk on the wild side. I got the name Nat. I got the name Nate. I got the name Andy, and that makes me think of Andy, Pretty in Pink, Andy, Molly Ringwald's character. Could be somebody named Molly, all right? But, you know, everybody knows Andy should have ended up with Ducky and not Blaine, and it's that kind of energy, okay? And you're off to see the wizard here, okay? There could be a bit of a wizard kind of character involved in this situation. I mean, it does remind me of, you know, it reminds me a bit of that Taliesin energy this person presents the hunt to you. There's a transformation you go through as you start to learn more about this person. It's almost like this person or the situation, the opportunity they present, it's a journey in and of itself. I got the name Zane coming in here. I got the name Zoe. Whatever it is about this person, you should go with it. You should go with it. You need this. It may be a bit extra, okay? But you need extra right now because you've been making do with not enough. You know? You've taken a seat for far too long. It's time for you to get up. Like, I got this, okay? You need your get up and go because it got up and went. And it is time to like give an axe to the chains that are binding you here, you know? You need to cut yourself free here from a particular situation that's really inhibiting your forward motion here. It's also blocking up all your key energy. I feel like there's somebody in this situation that you've been dealing with that's a bit like Oz, like they've been manipulating things behind the scenes. It was 36:36 on the clock when I brought that in. So 9, 9, 18, 9, 999 energy coming in around maybe a certain energy there, you know, a certain person's involvement that needs to take a seat, okay? The 8th, the 27th, the 18th, these dates could be significant in some way. The 10th, okay, 27th coming up, okay? So maybe a couple days after Christmas and then leading into the new year. I feel there's a lot more of you that will encounter this energy in January. It's sort of like telling you to be on the lookout here so you don't let this pass you by. You'll regret it if you do. That's what I got.